What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with your host, Royal Bose. And y'all already know, without further ado, I have to introduce, I would have to say, first of all, I can't have a Middle Child Podcast without having my siblings on. So last week, y'all met the younger of the three. This week, you guys are about to meet the beginning, the alpha of the family. The one that starts the legacy, my sister, Nisha Bose. What's up, sis?
What's up, girl? What up?
Yeah, this is where we get our goofiness.
What it do, baby?
She gonna be the rapper, the singer,
Everything.
the bodyguard.
I'm everything. I'm everything. I'm everything.
What's up, sis?
What's up?
I'm so happy to have you on. I was telling
Appreciate it.
people it's impossible for me to have a middle child podcast
Right.
without having my siblings on.
Right.
So I had to bring you on.
I appreciate it.
That's what's
I
up.
appreciate it.
So how has, I guess, life been for you this year? Cause right. Right. 2025 has been.
Yeah.
And it's only April.
Yeah. Just April.
Yeah.
Just April. We got about 1,000 more months to go.
Literally 1,000. January was 500
Right.
within itself.
Right.
So we got a lot to go. So how has it been for you?
Oh man, it's been busy.
Yeah.
It's been very, very, very busy.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trade it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. A lot of life lessons. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
You just don't know what you're gonna wake up to.
No.
Each
Especially
day.
with you having a little one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so my sister is the reason we have a little one. So the one that y'all be seeing on all my social media, this is her mom.
Yes.
So
yeah.
all that energy you see from
Woo!
her, right here.
Woo, I mean, you have to have energy dealing with her.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, each second is different.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're about to step into when dealing with MJ.
Yeah.
She is fun.
Yeah.
She will you look. She keep you going.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I can say. She keep you going.
One minute she crawling, next
Yeah.
you didn't even know she know how to lift herself up. And,
Yeah, then she have that, what's that, like that military crawl? Like,
Girl.
who are you running from and where you running to? Do I need to get down there with you? Like, where we going and why we got to get there so fast?
she be gone.
And then she get back to that,
Yeah.
let me see what I can get into type crawl. But for the most part, I haven't seen a little military crawl in a few days though. So
you right. I don't think I have either.
Yeah.
It's no, because when she really determined now, she be on her hands and knees. So,
Yeah. Like, and she moves so fast.
Yeah.
It's like, phew. You turn around, you be like, what's up, MJ? You turn around, you turn back around, she over there somewhere. Like, wow.
So how has motherhood been for you?
Interesting.
Okay.
It has placed me in another bracket of life. Whereas I'm pretty much always thinking about my own personal space at home and driving around in the car, and now I have to not only drive for myself, I have to drive for the backseat driver that is now able to look over her head and see, hey, what's up? Why are you driving so fast? Where are we going?
Yeah.
I've seen this before. And she's trying to just see it all. So I'm living my life for two people, which is something that I wanted to do, but I gave up on that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's not going to happen. And then boom, just like that, God said, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you covered. So, it's fun. It's fun, and it will stress you if you let it. But I'm pretty much a trooper, so I can roll with the best until it's late at night and you want to have conversations, and I got to be to work at 2:00 in the morning. So I don't want to talk to you. I need you to go to sleep. But she be up cheesing like, hey, I'm here. Let's talk. And There we go.
It's crazy that you say, like, you got to the point to where you didn't want it anymore, and then God was just like, here you are.
Right.
I feel like you went through a lot of those miracles, like, last year into this year. I just feel like this, when you just kind of like relinquish control or want, like, your life was just going up. How do you feel about that? See that?
To see, because the major part of it started in 2022 at the end, December, when I had surgery on my knee. Going into 2023, and then going through a bad breakup, that's when my faith were tested. I really experienced Jesus for himself, and how to work my faith, and how to just lean and depend strictly on God. So the whole year 2023, I wouldn't like to use the word depressed, but I'm gonna just say depressed because that's what it's known to other people.
Yeah,
I had hit a depression state. Like, I didn't want to be here anymore. I completely lost who I was. I did not see a way out at all. So for 2023, I crashed. I crashed out, and I didn't know how to channel it until Mom asked me to do one thing, and I was like, I'm gonna do this one thing for it. The other million things ain't working. God ain't listening. I'm tired of talking to him. I don't, to the point I ain't even believe no more. What am I believing for? Because there's nothing left to believe going through what I'm going through, trying to manage a house. In the house, you can't really do anything because you're down. You have no job. Bills stacking up. You just like, what's this one last thing you want me to do?
Yeah.
Cause lady, I ain't got time. I'm ready to check out. And you taught me that if I give up my will, that's it. And my will is long gone. But I'ma rock with you. I'ma do this one last thing. And the one last thing was to go to counseling. And I'm like, but I was taught not to go to counseling. Why are you telling me to go somewhere where I was taught not to go to counseling? How that's supposed to work?
Yeah.
How's that? I don't know. Not the first counselor, because I was always told, talk to Jesus, and I ain't talking to him no more. Yeah. So you want me to go to counseling? So I ended up going to counseling. I went to counseling, and me and the lady clicked. We just clicked. Like the first day, we just clicked out. She understood what I was dealing with, and I'm like, okay, might be on to something here. So let me set up another appointment. But I was doing it by the week. So then she said, hey, if you need to come more than one day, enough said. I was in there. I was up in there every 3 days. I was up in there. So that really helped me to get over the difficult part. And then it was crazy because even in getting through all of it, I say that I literally died. And it was like it was in June, I do believe June 9th, somewhere in there, June 9th. I was, I thought I was together, but I guess I wasn't. So I ended up just being in bed all day, going from work. And this was before MJ.
Yeah. So
going to work, and still dealing with life, still trying to catch up on this and that. I ended up saying, you know what? It was on a Sunday. I was like, I'm going to just take a break.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything. The only thing I did was lay in bed and cry. That's the only thing I did all day. So this particular day, I started to get up, and I went downstairs to fix something to eat, and I made it downstairs, and I ended up feeling strange. So I was like, okay, this feeling is crazy. But I was like, I probably felt like this before. I just need Gatorade.
Yeah.
So, in my home, the stove and then like a couple of feet over is the refrigerator.
Yeah.
So I'm bent over on the stove and I said, if I could just get to the refrigerator and I'll get the Gatorade. I get the Gatorade and I warmed up this TV dinner. Right? It was just something to put in my stomach. I was warming up. I get the Gatorade and I'm drinking it. And I'm like, well, okay, this not working. So I get the food out the microwave. And so, I have an Islander. So I turn around on the Islander and I couldn't do anything. Out of all days, I have my phone. I'm about on it with the phone. I'm like, hey, well, I don't care where I'm going. Yeah. I have my phone. This one particular day, phone upstairs and I'm downstairs. I'm like, Lord, I ain't gonna make it. So I'm like, I gotta get to the phone. So I have the food in my hand and I'm leaving the Islander trying to walk back upstairs. I get almost to the step and I fall on the wall. So I'm like, Lord, this isn't good.
Yeah.
So I ended up hitting the corner. When I hit the corner, I can see the devil sitting on the step just laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this dude here. And so I'm like, because he had visited me prior to that. About 3 weeks before that, he was sitting in the car, but that's a different story. So I see him sitting on the steps, and he was like, I'm here to get you. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't have any energy.
Yeah.
Whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
So as I'm going up the steps, I'm losing energy, and he's just sitting there laughing at the top of the step, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I can't fight you.
Yeah.
So I remember Rance Allen's song, something about the name Jesus. And I also remember that, if you call on Jesus, the devil has to flee.
Yeah.
So with everything in me, I mustered up the energy to say Jesus. And I kept saying it. And for every step I went to, I still was weak.
Yeah.
So about the 5th step in, I kept calling on Jesus. I remembered the food falling on the floor and I blacked out.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you what happened. Next thing I know, our parents is in my house. Yeah. So I'm in the bed and parents in the house, and I really can't tell you. And from that day on, I was like, I'm gonna smile, and I start reading up on demons because this is real. Yeah. So I need to know who I'm dealing with. So I started doing that, and then 2 weeks later, I get a call about MJ.
Yeah.
So,
so
that's the rough draft.
Yeah. Now, it's so funny because when I asked you before the show, I said if you could sum up your life right now in one word, you said crazy.
Right.
And then as you're talking, or as we even started the show, I think I'm going to title the show Crazy Faith.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what your life resembles.
Right.
Your life resembles like crazy faith.
Right.
And it's interesting that like 2 weeks later, you got the call about MJ.
Right.
And when you think about a child is made 9 months prior.
Right.
So the prayer that you have been praying and that you possibly like gave up on was in the works.
Right.
And it's just, we live in a generation where people want things like microwave fast.
Correct.
Not knowing that your prayer is like literally in the works.
Right.
So that's so interesting.
Right.
I remember that day. I don't remember what happened. I just remember walking in the house literally like la 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 la.
Yeah.
And then I walk and I walk in our parents' room and mom don't never leave her grapefruit laying out.
Right.
Girl, the grapefruit is laid out. They don't leave lights on. The lights was on. So I'm just like, wait a minute. Something happened. So I called, and then calling mom is so interesting.
Yes. Nothing. Yes, she's like, you like, Ma, what's anything I need to do? What's going on? Oh, nothing. You can be having your leg sewn back on. She be like, you be like, Ma, everything good? She be like, oh yeah, everything is working now. No worries. It's a trail of blood, though.
It's literally
right. You see,
it's like she don't freak out with crazy stuff.
Yeah.
She freaks out about like
minor stuff that you be looking at her like, why are you freaking out? You should have freaked out over this.
Like I just be like, okay,
right.
okay. So yeah, when I called, she's just like, oh, everything's fine. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I think like a few days later, either she brought it up, but she brought it up just so subtle.
Calm.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like, so y'all ain't gonna say nothing?
Yeah, because I when I came back too, I was in the bed, but I had to go back downstairs. Dad said go back downstairs. So I remember you calling and saying something about y'all left out rather quickly because the lights on and it's late. It was about 10.
It was late. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Mama over there and she was like, oh, we're good. And did you ask her, was I okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she said, she's fine. I done died, lady. You talking about
you just go.
Yeah.
I think that comes with having like our parents are prayer warriors.
Right.
But having a spouse that's a prayer warrior speaks volume.
Yeah.
Because one thing dad'll do is just break out in prayer. And it don't even be worse. Like dad'll just break out like a speak in a tongue.
Right.
And it brings a level of, I guess, calmness. Like you can't be frantic in like his presence.
Right.
So
right. He's not gonna allow that.
He not.
He not. He's just like just pray.
Yeah.
You pray in your language. However God tell you to pray, you pray.
It almost make you mad.
Right. It's like at this point I'm ready to curse now because y'all be too calm, man.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all be too calm. But what I do want is they hotline.
Yeah.
They got that direct line to Jesus. Yeah. I don't even think they calling. I think they looking at the blind and say, show up, God, let's go. Yeah. And then he there and then this happened. Yeah. That's what I need.
Yeah.
I need that.
that I do because it be so many times I just be like, God, I like need you now. I almost be want to be like, Dad, can you go pray for me? Because he really not here.
Right.
Like he don't.
Let me tell you what he gonna say because I tried that.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, can you just go pray? No, you can go pray. No, I don't have that line.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. You have that online. Then it don't do nothing make you. You be like, no, I need you to pray right now and make some things shake right now.
Yeah.
You can make it shake on your own. Go pray.
That's literally.
No, sir. No, sir.
That's how he was that week I had to take that test. And I'm just like, I am freaking out now. Like, I need you to go talk to him and tell him to come talk to me.
He's telling you to go.
Yeah.
You go talk to him.
Yeah. Like, I tried. He not coming. He be like, yes, he is. Just give him some time.
He not going to come if you keep on saying he ain't coming. You know how they do.
It'd be so funny. Right. All right, so seeing our parents now, because you were here quite some time before me and Jay even got here.
Right.
Have they always like been like that? As far as like faith, like how do you remember like growing up as young?
Growing up young, they definitely wasn't like this. Mm-hmm. Certain situations has grown them. Mm-hmm. Where they had to go through things themselves to get their faith walk to where it is now. Mm-hmm. And they really went through something. Our parents always have wanted to do right and didn't want to make mistakes, but they're tapping into being okay with reality plus God instead of just being just God or just reality. Yeah. So they're tapping into both of them, and that's what's making it work for them. Mm-hmm. Back then, you didn't experience a lot of stuff. You and Joshua, y'all walk is easy compared to mine. I seen a lot with them. I never really still haven't seen them fold though. But I have seen a lot. But I'm pretty sure they did behind closed doors. But we went through a lot before you guys.
How did that contribute to the person you are like now? Cause you're so headstrong, and we see you just be courageous and just bravery. Like that just stems from you.
So in dealing with, for me, I had the street life.
Mm-hmm.
I had the God life. I'm well grounded in a lot of areas.
I tell people that.
Yeah, I'm well grounded in a lot of areas. Sometimes I have to know when to use it over here and when to use it over there, and then use both of them together. But dealing with the issues that I had with our parents, it believe it or not, I think it made me angry. So I placed a lot of that anger in the wrong direction of life, to the point where I rebelled a lot too, because I was angry with God and I was also angry with our parents.
Yeah.
Because as a child, you were supposed to protect.
Yeah.
But then I hear you guys saying that we only did the best that we could do. I understand that now because I have my child of my own, but I couldn't I couldn't understand then. As a matter of fact, I didn't understand this. I started understanding like 3 years ago, but I didn't fully kick in until a few months ago, almost a year now. So, or where they come from, and I get it.
Yeah.
I don't hold it over their head. As a matter of fact, I don't even bring it up. And when they try to talk about, or I feel like they're trying to make up for lost time, I'm just like,
yeah, it's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
We moving. But our parents feel like, no. If it's over with, it's over with. I get it. Let's go on. But that's just them. But in my life, it has it has definitely made me a little bit more stronger of things of what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
I take the good from it and I leave the bad where it's at. And if I need to go revisit the bad, I will, just so that I can see what direction that I need to keep going in, just to go and revisit, because I don't want to make the same mistakes that they made. I just want to do a little bit better than what I seen them do.
Okay.
But I actually, where they at now is where I want to be, because they on some other
literally.
Yeah.
They there.
Yeah.
They there.
And so they helped me get to where I am now, because I see what they went through.
Yeah.
And I see where my life was heading, and now I just look up to them to see, make sure I'm doing a portion.
Yeah.
Of what they doing. I'm still gonna cut somebody out. They not, but I got you if you need.
Yeah.
Like, I'm that child that's gonna cuss you out and just and be So yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, so my last episode I recorded was with Jay.
Oh Lord,
girl, Jay, I don't know how we got on the conversation of us three. I would have to go back and watch it, but I don't know. I think we was trying to label what each child was. Girl, Jay said, I'm probably never going to say this again, but Nisha is the best looking one out of all of us.
Oh my God.
That's why I told her she was adopted. Girl, Jay said he told you was adopted because of your eyes.
Look, let me tell you. Well, I cannot remember where we was at. I really don't know. I think probably coming from my house or something. And Jay, and he was serious.
Yeah.
He was like, Nisha. I was like, what? He was like, I got something to tell you. I was like, what? He was like, Mom and Dad they didn't want to tell you, but they told me to tell you. And I'm like, tell me what? What they didn't want to tell me? I mean, they told.
Right.
He was like, Nisha. He was like, I actually feel bad. And I'm like, dude, what? Like, what is it? He said, he looked right at me. He was like, you're adopted. Girl. I said, what? He was like, I didn't want to tell you. Nobody in the house wanted to tell you. He said, so I just said, I'll do it. And so yeah, you're adopted, girl. I'm dialing. I'm like, mom. Jay said I'm adopted, and I just bust out, start crying. I'm bawling. My mama's like, girl, what is you talking about? I'm like, Jay said I'm adopted, and that's why I got these eyes, and don't nobody else have these eyes, and this is why I'm like this. And I mean, I'm just going in. Mom laughing because he think it's funny. I don't see nothing funny because I'm adopted at this point. So I've been around here thinking for the longest that I'm adopted. So mom, I was like, Mom, I'm really adopted. I don't look nothing like y'all. Jay and Becky they bright skinned. I'm dark. I said the only thing I got is the pretty eyes. That's the only thing I got going for myself. I mean, my mom was like, I need you to get a grill. So I was like, no, I'm adopted. She said, that boy is lying. Your daddy is Robert Bowles. No, he's not. He's my dad. Yeah, but it's on paper that I'm. My mom was like, where's the paper? Where's the paper, girl? You talking crazy.
It's the fact that Jay was probably only 5 or 6.
Yes. Yes. He was saying and that's what she said. She said, you listening to a little kid tell you adopted with your grown self. How old are you? I was like, I don't get how old I was. Well, how would he know that I'm adopted if y'all didn't tell him? She was like,
I'm over here choking, man.
She was like, girl, if you don't get your life together. I was like, am I adopted or not? He said, I'm about to hang up on you.
Girl.
So, kind of find out I'm not adopted. I'm not adopted.
I told you that because he was jealous of your eyes.
I'm not adopted.
Girl, that's so funny.
Girl, man, this boy.
He just dropped it on me. Like, it was just, we just said finna start the conversation. And Jay was like, I'm probably never going to say this again. I'm just like, well, now it's recorded. So
right.
people are going to replay this. Because what?
I'm adopted. Like, why would you just... That boy had me really believing I was adopted.
Oh, my God.
And I'm crazy to believe it.
That's funny. That is
real funny. That is real funny. That is real funny. Now that I think about it.
It is. It is. And when he dropped it on me while he said it, I was just like, I can't wait to tell you. I can't wait to call after this. Because what?
When you told me, I was like, what? What? Adopted? This boy telling me this because he think, girl, I'm done.
Girl,
I'm done with
your eyes.
You know what? That explains why his eyes this color now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He disliked you that much.
Right.
Girl, that boy is
funny.
Only
that
Jay.
Boy, I'm telling you, ain't no telling what Jay. Ain't no telling what else he got.
That's what it'll be that's why I can't wait to do a show with both of y'all. Because what's going to come out y'all mouth, I'm just going to be like, what did I get myself into?
What did I sign up for?
Because I feel like, and I think we talked about this before, you're like you said earlier, you're well-rounded.
Right.
Like you have all aspects of life. I feel like with me and Jay, we're more book smart.
Right.
We didn't get that street sense.
Right.
I feel like Jay only began to develop it because he started traveling by himself.
Right.
Like he would get up and just go and like just be on the road overnight. But me, it's just like when it comes to street sense, I be like,
yeah, you don't. You don't.
I'm calling my sister.
You don't have it, and that's why I called you last night. Yeah. Like I could not sleep. I was like, I texted the group and Becky didn't respond. So what's up with that? And I'm like looking at the phone. I'm like, okay. I dozed back off. It is now 10 o'clock and there's no Rebecca Bowles calling saying anything. So now I'm nerves.
Yeah.
So I'm calling. No answer. So you text I'm at the movies. Okay. And I wanted to say, but you saw me calling and texting you. So, that's that. It kicks in. I can't help it. Like, you're my only sister. Yeah. And I've always said, I ain't finna let nobody.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. It can be. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
It can be anybody. They can get it.
Yeah.
So when you finally did, I'm like, how do I know this her? Because people get people's phone all the time. So I'm going through and I'm looking at the way you're texting and everything. I'm like, it's a possibility. But I was so tired and I went to try to check your location. Something wrong with my phone. I can't get that. So I'm like, I'm about to get up. Me and MJ about to hit these streets at late at night. And we finna find out. Yeah. But you said you was at home. I was like, but I called mom and I was like, why she keep putting this on no do not disturb, right? And I'm getting mad. She's like, I don't know. Ask her. It shouldn't be on do not disturb. Yeah. She was like, you need to settle yourself. So
I have it to where y'all can get in, but I still just like, I'm like Jay now. I be so carefree with my phone.
Right.
That's why when it rung, because that was my first instinct. When it rung, I was like, I'm at the movies. But then I was like, nah, I know my sister.
Right.
I waited. I was like, no, I got to text
her.
And then it's funny that you say that because I was about to text you like shorthand, but I was like, nah, because she going to read too much into it. So let me fight this out.
Yeah.
So
don't do that. Don't do that. Because I be on it. I know every way everybody texts in this house. Yeah. Even Jay, when he texts randomly every blue quarter of a moon, how he texts. So, no. You have to respond to me. If you know you haven't responded in a timely manner, all I'm just saying is just, you know me. Yeah. Just respond. Sometimes I have to call Mom. You seen Becky? She downstairs. Oh, okay. Okay. You sure she downstairs? Yeah, I think she came in. Can you look on the thing to see if her car in the garage? Yeah. So I don't know what it is. I'm that protective person.
That's what's up. But that means we can like always count on you. Yeah. Because it's like, it's almost like dad. Like if we reach out to you and you don't say nothing back, then it's just kind of like, okay, what's up? Even today, I called Mom because I know you said you had to take MJ to the doctor. Mm-hmm. And so I look on, I'm like, it's 2:00 and she ain't been checked out yet. So I look on the camera and I'm like, why is she at school? So I called Mom. I said, well, have you talked to Nisha? She was like, yeah, I talked to her. I said, how long ago? Because she's supposed to be checked out of school by now. She was like, oh, no, she back. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So I took her to the doctor and then I brought her back and I went on pick up her medicine and stuff, and I went home for a second, and I went and got her, because once you pick her up, you're limited with your time. Mm-hmm. It's only so much you can do, so I'll be trying to get everything done while I can when I don't have her, so that I can tend to her and Miss Rachel and Blue's Clues, and I can't take any more Miss Rachel.
We just started watching her.
No, I don't. I'm over Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel and all her gang alone friends, can go on back to wherever they came from.
They got a song for everything.
Everything, and then they got a whole band. You seen the band with the little it's a black girl, a white guy, and two black boys. And one of them playing it's like a violin, but it's the long one on the ground, and they singing A, B, C, D, and she over there.
Like, yeah, she did.
Yeah, I'm like, their voice is annoying, and you over here now. You're not helping. Girl. You're not helping. So I'd rather honestly listen to Elmo.
I was about to say, yeah. I miss Elmo actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can pick Elmo back up.
I miss Elmo.
Miss Rachel
gotta go.
She gotta go. She got to go. She got to exit the stage expedition.
She want her own all day, every day.
I can't. Miss Rachel is not somebody we're gonna be listening to traveling. Oh, I know.
No. That's it.
I
definitely gotta give her some big now because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and I don't even see what she.
I think it's her voice. Miss Rachel is very calm. Even when she screams, like I've watched the show and she be like, say it louder, louder. And I'm like, you did not go louder.
You didn't even go loud, right.
And they just be sitting there smiling.
Then she be talking about, what is this? And cow on the string. Cow on the string. It says, moo. You like mouth like a circle. Moo. I be like.
And be pointing to the
yes. And then it'll go do the little screenshot up close to her mouth. Moo. I'll be like, how much longer we gotta watch this?
Right.
But if you try to change the channel,
That's it.
she's crying.
That's it.
I can't leave you right here in the room by yourself because you. Ooh, pee, oink oink. Miss Rachel.
Yeah. Miss Rachel, we love you. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But baby,
keep doing it. But as for me, it's not my cup of tea. God bless you for what you do with these babies. But in my house, I'm limited. I just want you to know that. Love you, but I'm very limited.
God, Miss Rachel. Right. Oh my goodness.
Right.
All right. Okay. So you're the oldest. Man, it's no way I'm about to prepare to end this show without telling y'all. If y'all wonder why I'm a little off, my sister.
You know, you didn't even have to bring that up. You know,
I have to.
You don't.
I feel like it's the story of my life. Yeah. So when I was little, I was in a Walkers. I don't even know how old I was.
It was about. You was MJ. You was about MJ age, maybe.
My God.
Maybe,
Y'all.
Probably her age to 1.5.
That's crazy. Yeah, my niece right now is 9 months. She's 9 months. Yeah, so I'm in my walker, and I guess I was getting on my sister's nerves. What was I saying?
Seashell. Everywhere I went, seashell. I got tired. That was happening for a week. Everywhere I went, my sister went. In that walker, zoom. Seashell. And I couldn't hear.
Yeah, so we upstairs. My sister opened the door, pushed me down the stairs in my walker, and shut the door behind me.
Yeah, that was bad.
Only for my mama to think somehow I did it to myself. She thought I pushed I said the door is closed behind me.
Yeah, I just had that. I was tired. I was tired, and she was coming. I was going down the steps, and it was like,
she thought.
I got an idea. I opened the door up, and she goes, Seashell. I'm like, yeah, Seashell. So she comes, I open the door up, and she's right there in front of me. She's right in front of me, and she's just jumping. And I was like, Jesus. So I just took the thing, my foot, and I just kicked the little thing, and it was 15 flights of steps. I really feel bad about this now because I could have really did some damage to my sister. So I see her flipping. She flipping, and in mid-air, she stopped screaming. And I'm like, oh, no. She flipping. And then she got to the bottom. Somehow she ended up on her feet, just upright. And she wasn't saying anything. And I'm like, I'm in trouble, boy. I'm in trouble. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? My heart going a million miles an hour. I'm like, Lord Jesus. So I'm shocked at this point. And I'm like, Mom, something happened to Becky. Something happened. So my mama come running. She was like, what happened? And I was like, I don't know. But she's not saying that. So my mom run down there. She picks her up out of the walker. And Becky just like, I was like, oh my God. And so at this point, I then began to pray myself. And I'm like, Lord, if you just bring her back, whatever you do, I will never be mean to her again. I promise you, Jesus. I promise you. I was like, just please bring my sister back. So my mom did some, patted her on the back, and next thing I know, she was like, wah! My mom was like, it's okay. So she calling my dad rushing, and they take her to the doctor. And I was just sitting there like, they gonna kill me if I tell them what happened. So believe it or not, I kept that a secret for 20-something years.
Yeah, it was
probably 30-some years. I literally just told our parents.
Yeah.
And when I told my mom, she was really hurt about it. She didn't want to talk to me or nothing. Because she had to explain to the doctor. She didn't want them to think. Yeah. She said she didn't want them to take her, and she couldn't explain what happened and why was the door open. It was I could have got everybody in trouble. Yeah. But that's pretty much why I'm like that with her now. Goodness. Like I ain't.
But then you had the Christmas tree thing too. Did you knock the Christmas tree over?
I did. I did. Like I did a lot of stuff that I'm not proud of.
And then when Jay came, you just moved out.
Yeah,
I'm done.
I moved out. I was like, I barely hung in there. I used to leave my lunchbox at home so Mama can bring it to the bus stop and leave you by yourself. I used to do, oh my God. I was the only child for 18 years.
Yeah.
So, and I was the only grandchild for 7 on Mom's side. So, I was just used to being by myself.
Yeah.
And then you come and I was like, but then when they said Jay, I said, you know what? I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm out. And I left. Yeah, I left. I ain't been back. Well, I had to come back a couple of times, but I was gone. Because why?
Yeah.
Why? You got now it's 3 of us. Right. Why? So
why is this the case?
I'm gone.
Yeah.
I ain't had no car, no nothing. I was gone. I left. What that's about. I don't know how old it was. Cause the first time I left when I was 13.
Yeah.
But then I came back because Jay, it's just.
Yeah.
I was out.
It was.
I was out. I ain't got time for this because why y'all even having more kids anyway? It was I finally got used to you, and then you talk about we pregnant kid. No, we not.
Yeah, I ain't happy.
Yeah, you have, and I'm not. I'm like, God, is somebody else has got to take us some more of the time? But
goodness.
I love that little dude.
Man,
I love him.
It's like you almost have to. Jay stated himself, but it's just. He there when you need him. Yeah. Jay gonna come do when you need him. But it just be like people be like, "Where's your brother?" I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, we literally don't know. You know, if you try to text him, we might get it next year. He will respond next year.
Yeah.
If you call, he's just not gonna answer the phone. If he answers the phone, it is a blessing that he answered the phone.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Like you can be in the same house with him and be like, Jay, what's up? Jay, what's up? Jay, what's up?
And he be like,
oh, hey. No. Dude, come on, man. I just so now I come in the house sometimes. I don't know if I'm going to speak today because I don't know if he's going to speak back. But I know he love me, though.
Yeah,
it's just, But I can understand us because I wasn't around when he was really born. Yeah. Like, I was gone.
Yeah.
He didn't know. Mm-hmm. He didn't know me.
Yeah.
You know, and we're still at that level where we're trying to get to know each other. Crazy, we grown and we still don't know each other. Y'all more close than we are, but it's gonna get there.
Yeah.
It's gonna get there.
It is. Because Jay is just like I said, he you can rely on him.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's that brother that like you can call on, he's gonna come. But the dynamic of trying to figure him out and see like where do I build a relationship, this, that, and the other is like super hard. Yeah. It's just you don't know what angle to
play. Because I just flat out told him. I told him twice. I told him on Christmas. Yeah. And I told him recently, not too long ago. I was like, dude, I want a relationship with you, but I just don't know where to start. And he was like, me neither. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, this is me trying to knock down the wall. But when neither one of us don't know where to start, how do you start?
It's hard.
Yeah.
But one thing I've learned about Jay with starting my podcast has been he likes being asked questions. I think that's where building the relationship comes from. Because like even though we grew up in a household together, it's still awkward.
Right.
But I know when I'm trying to get information from him, he's more in tune.
Right.
And so then I know what angle to come from like the next time.
Right.
But then again, like it's still awkward though, because I called him today and I was just like, Jay, he's like, yeah, what up? Never mind.
Yeah. No. Like when he do answer the phone for you and you be like, hey Jay, what up, Nisha? I don't even want to talk to you. I really don't want to talk to you. I don't want nothing. You doing good? Yeah. All right, bye. And you just.
I think that's just his level of calm to protect him. I think we all have our own different levels of calm to like protect us.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's just he is.
Yeah, I just.
Because even when he get excited about stuff, I think he's still monotone.
Yeah.
Even excited.
Like, I don't know what get him. I don't know. I would hate to see it though. Because I would definitely hate to see it because it's probably not gonna be nice. Yeah. It's probably not.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
He got granddaddy blood in him.
Yeah.
Granddaddy was.
I think it would show if someone tried to do something to us.
Yeah.
It would show then.
Yeah.
But other than that, he just like, I'm gonna outsmart this situation. I ain't finna let this get to me. So that's Jay for you.
Yeah. Because I think he came close to when they tried to mess over our parents with building the house. I think he came close to it. Because now he's just like, all right, now you playing with my intelligence.
Right.
Jay's smart. So the his intelligence, he like,
right.
Oh, yeah, you finna eat it.
Right.
So
I think we all want a piece of that.
Man.
Yeah.
Every last person.
Yeah. I'm still with it. I seen one of them in Walmart one day and I'm just like, hey, how many in your head?
If only you knew. If only you knew.
I was at work too. You thought I was gonna give you a hug, you wrong. I don't do the fake.
Yeah.
We ain't hugging nothing over here because my hug might turn into a punch.
Right.
Go left.
Just
go left.
Know better.
Just keep that little buggy rolling. Roll your boat right on down this aisle. Because I'm about to knock you down this aisle.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I think that'll take all of us.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so before we end the show, what advice would you give people going through, I guess, whatever season that they're going through now, whether it's good or bad, or just in general? Like, what advice would you give people?
Definitely stay prayed up. Keep the faith strong.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have any faith, learn how to get some faith because it's needed. Faith is what takes you far.
Yeah.
Faith without works is dead. With faith, you got to do some of the works, and that is do what you need to do on your end while working your faith in the heaven realm. Never tell yourself that you can't because you can. When one door closed, just remember another door is always open. For example, had I closed that door that night and just gave up my will, then there wouldn't be a door open for this little one.
Right.
So place yourself around people that's willing to help you elevate and not take away from you. I had to remove myself from a lot of people that I did not want to. Sometimes we just have to do things that we don't want to do. We don't understand it right then, but once you get in it and actually do it, then you'll see why it needed to be done. But more so than that, just stay positive as much as you can. And if you can't stay positive, have people around you that's praying for you and feeding life into you or feeding positive words into you, and you'll be all right.
That's what's up.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with your guest, Royal Bowes. And as always, you are appreciated here. You are seen here. You are loved here. And thank you to my big sister for joining us. Thank you, Nisha, so much for coming.
Want me to wrap it out?
Want me to wrap it out? You might as well go ahead.
It's out. Get that.
Love y'all. See y'all next time.
Get that album. It's out, baby.